Jelly Roll and his wife Bunnie have stepped in after allegations surfaced that a middle school student out of Middle Tennessee was reprimanded for her project where she included Jelly Roll and Bunnie. Now, this project was a two-part project where the student drew illustrations of Jelly Roll and of his wife Bunnie. She also completed an essay speaking of the two's resiliency and their life. Now, the allegations that came about with this project and the student surrounded the teacher who gave this assignment. It was suggested that she could not illustrate Jelly, Bunnie, or do the essay involving the two of them because of their past lifestyles that we are familiar with. They have talked about publicly their drug use, jail time, and so on. And because of that, other children within the class did not need to hear the information. And as Jelly Roll and Bunnie do, looking out for their community, wanting to do everything they can for others, when they stepped in, they immediately decided that the illustrations that the student drew of them would go on merch. They put that illustration on a t-shirt, and they have since sold that merch, so much so that the story is so viral and it has made so many waves that the merch was sold out in just 24 hours. We're going to get to that illustration, get to that t-shirt in just a minute. But first, we're going to share a video with you guys to give you context of what the situation was that unfolded according to the student's mother and the student.
So I was told that it was time that I make a Facebook post or video or whatever addressing the post that was made by Bunnie XO on my daughter's behalf concerning a project that she did for her middle school. So originally my daughter did not want to be in the video because she is already picked on and bullied every day at school. She was worried that it was going to cause more problems for her. So with that being said, she came home and told me about the project and what was told to her by the teacher. And she showed me her drafts and her essays and stuff that she was doing. I, as her mom, see nothing wrong with it. The essay basically stated how Jelly Roll had been in jail and how he got his GED while he was in there, and he had previous drug charges, and basically how he overcome all of that, and he is where he is today. So here is the video, that she did. So this is the artwork that she did that apparently is inappropriate. And this is the artwork of Miss Bunnie that is also apparently inappropriate. So were those inappropriate by the teacher? The essay and parts of the essay were also inappropriate. She could not share anything that was told about his past life, which involved drugs and jail. And she told her that the kids did not need to hear that. Well, I think we all, kids included, hear that because it's in his music. It's in Miss Bunnie's podcast. It's in their life. They are human beings. They have lived a life. Yes, it may not have been the greatest, but they've turned it around and look where they are now. So, she was reprimanded. She was sent home. We picked her up and she returned the next day, to which she was picked up again and brought back home because of the bullying she sustained from this project, from the other kids. So this was addressed. Nothing was done. Callista has been bullied her 3 years of being in this school. So this isn't just about a project. This is about bullying as well. So
now, the middle school did respond and put out a statement to these allegations over the way they handled any type of disciplinary actions surrounding this. They did deny that any student had been disciplined, as well as no student had been suspended. Whiskey Riff originally had this statement. However, when you revisit the article that they initially dropped, that statement appears to have been deleted. But in the beginning of all this, there was much back and forth, sort of a heated exchange as to whether or not the school's information was correct or the family's information was correct, as there were also claims that the child was lying about the situation. But even though this sort of heated exchange started happening once this really started making waves over the internet, Jelly and Bunnie stayed persistent. They did exactly what it is that they do. That's maintaining their relationship with the communities out here, as well as just wanting to help anyone and everyone that they can. So let's look at how this unfolded, and then we're going to get right to the merch that they dropped with the illustration on the t-shirts. So how this all came about and when it started really hitting the airwaves out there on the internet, Bunnie posted, "Y'all, I need your help. There is a little girl who did a project on Jay and I. She picked us because of all we've been through and our resilience. For the project, she drew a picture of us. The school suspended her because of how she drew us. She's in middle school. How dare they shame a child like this? Please help me find her parents and her. Jay and I have something that we want to do for them. She lives in Tennessee." Bunnie really stayed on top of this, providing a lot of updates throughout it. It really hit home with her as well because of the story of bullying that this girl apparently has faced throughout her time in this middle school. The next update from Bunnie is the mom is making a video. That's just what we saw, so we'll jump down to the next paragraph. She adds, "The little girl has been bullied so bad at this school. It's even resulted in her having her wrist broken. This is more than just being bullied. This is lifetime scars that will be left on this child, and the mom has pleaded with the school for someone to help them, and no one would. Now that my husband and I have stepped in, the school is saying the child is lying," as I referenced to earlier. "This honestly breaks my heart, and my husband and I's intentions behind this is to drop merch with the child's picture she drew and give all the proceeds to that family. Bullying never wins. Good hearts and pure intentions do." And then eventually the merch did drop with the illustrations made by the student. Shirt's actually pretty cool, by the way. The way it came out so well. And again, this went so viral, so much so that the website crashed at xomgitsbunnie.com. Website is where they were selling this. The website crashed, and in less than 24 hours, this t-shirt sold out. First off, the student is very talented. Her drawings were pretty good, and with it on a t-shirt, it just looks even better, really. And it was only for a limited time. Maybe they'll redo a sale of this. This is just a cool t-shirt. Jelly and Bunnie just know how to take care of folks. Again, in less than 24 hours, this t-shirt sold out, it's going to make a huge difference for that student, her mom, the family. It really is going to be for change here. Just a job well done by Bunnie and Jelly. And for what maybe will happen with the merch from here on out, Bunnie gave another update, even going into what it will look like for the family once the proceeds are in. They're working with lawyers and accountants right now to make that happen and to get a trust fund set up. Just really cool. Here's that update. Just keeping y'all updated on next steps because y'all know I'm always transparent. A ton of you have asked that we continue selling the merch for Callista so you can have a chance to buy it. I cut the sale short yesterday after an hour because of the things were coming forward about the mom. Tons of accusations with zero documentation. I have toxic family, so none of what they've said has moved me in any way. And everything the mom has said about the school has been backed by numerous other parents. But being a whistleblower for that school was never my intention. It's always been about this little girl having a voice. She continues and writes, "This was never about the mom. This is about the daughter, and I have spoken to the daughter, and she is such a sweet baby. So the way I look at it, I was placed in this child's life at this moment for a reason. The proceeds from the shirts that were sold yesterday will be put into a trust fund for her. I am working out the details with my accountant and lawyer as we speak about that. I also want the record to reflect that her mom has never once asked me for money. She always maintained that this is about her daughter. I love all y'all so much for supporting this little girl and showing her that when people come together, our voices can be heard loud and clear. Excited for y'all to get your shirts and rep them." Again, the school's stance is very strong, as when they sent out the original statement to respond to this, that no student was disciplined, there was no suspension from this, but bullying is just never tolerated. I think that is something that we can all agree with here. And man, the way that Jelly and Bunnie have celebrated this student and has celebrated her work, her art, it's so meaningful. And, it's not shocking at all because this is who Jelly Roll and who Bunnie is. That's your latest update here from CountryCast. As always, hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss out on any breaking updates surrounding your favorite country artist and all the music right here.